There are three parts to success in sales. The first one is, what are your actions? What do you do? The second one is, what are your attitudes? Which is basically, what do you believe and where are you making excuses? And the third one is, what is your approach? Which is the technical stuff. How's your approach to sales? Today, I want to talk to you about the first thing, action. So there are three parts to this, and it begins in rather a strange place for actions, a lot of people think. I'll say the same. It begins with, what's your why? What are your goals? What's your vision? What are you hoping will happen? What drives you? What's your internal motivation? What's something that if you achieve this, it's a big deal. It allows you to do something that you're not able to do right now. One of the things I love about sales is not only is it about making money, but the whole career is about self-development, about being a better version of you and getting what you want out of life. If we're doing this right, sales is a career of learning forever, which is cool for me. But I want you to think about if you made another, depends on where you are now, but another $15,000, $20,000, $50,000, $75,000, $150,000, $200,000 in the next 12 months. What would you be able to do with that money that you're not able to do right now? Now, a lot of people are like, well, I'm not money motivated, which I think is bullshit because we all need it to live. And some people are like, well, I already have all the stuff I need, which is fine. I get it. I have one client that came to me and he was making, I think he's making $600,000 a year about 15 years ago, financial planner. And I said, why do you want to make more money? Why do you care? And he told me, he said, I send 5 missionaries to Russia every year through my church. And it costs about $15,000 a piece. And my church has asked me to double that. They've asked me to send 10. So I want to be able to do that without changing my lifestyle. So he needed to make another $100,000, $125,000 before taxes in order to fund that and not change his lifestyle, right? Everybody's got their own reasons. For some people, it's a new boat, or it's a new kitchen, or it's a new something. Send your kids to private school, put more money away. If you're not sure what you would do with the extra money, I'm not really sure, I just kind of save it. Ask your spouse, because my guess is they'll have something that they'll want you to make more money for so that they can do what they want to do, right? It's a partnership. Ask your spouse. So you start with your why. And if you don't have a very strong why, the rest of this gets really hard, right? This is why we have to remind ourselves about goals. By the way, we'll be doing some goal setting sessions for you guys, for my clients, and we'll probably offer it to some other people as well. So you'll hear more about that in the next month or two. So if you need help with goals, stay tuned. We'll offer some classes that you can come join for that. So now you got your vision, right? And let's pretend it is, I need to make an additional $50,000 this year, right? So from vision, then you got to have a plan. How am I going to make that work? What do I need to do to make that work? And so maybe you go back and you scratch your head and you say, okay, my ideal prospect pays me about $10,000 a year. And if I have 10 of them now, I've got 10 ideal clients. I make about $100,000 a year from those. And I need to make $50,000 more. I got to find 5 more, right? Math is pretty easy. Not always like that, but let's just make the math easy. You need 5 more. So what's your plan to go get 5 more? How many calls do you need to make? How many networking events, right? What do you need to do? So you need to get 5 more of those. And it's never going to come in $10,000 chunks. So maybe you say, I'm going to shoot for 2 or 3 that are more than $10,000, right? And I'll have 1 or 2 that are about $10,000. But my goal is to aim at this point. And this is how I'm going to get there, by selling these kinds of clients. So there's your plan. Right? Here's how I'm going to do it, right? Here's what the end point needs to be. And then from there, we go to the third piece, which is activity. What are the things you need to do on a daily and weekly basis to make the plan happen so that your vision can come true? This is where the rubber meets the road, right? This is where when you open your calendar or you open up your computer and go to your calendar on Sunday night, you've already got this time blocked during the week to make your calls, to be out of the office knocking on doors, to be asking your current clients for referrals, to be networking, where you have a goal, where you decide, before I go to this meeting, I'm going to come, before I leave this meeting, before I do whatever, I'm going to find 2 people that I need to call about business in the next 48 hours. What are the activities that you're actually going to do? And then you hold yourself accountable to them. And as you measure yourself once a month to see how the activities are coming towards the plan, if at the end of 90 days, you're not getting towards your plan, it's not working out, then you got to go back and decide, is that goal really driving me? If it is, we go back and look at our act and say, is the plan reasonable? Does that work? If so, am I doing the right activities to make that happen? This is all up to you. Luck has very little to do with it. It has to do with you, the work you're willing to put in, and why you're doing it. I'm Walker McKay with No BS Sales. Go work on your activity and your business will grow.